I already took some. None of that stuff. But hey, everybody. I'm Yvonne Williams with Back to Earth Creations, and I feel sick as a dog today. I am dead. But that is okay, because we're just gonna craft right on through it. Um, I am going to be working with chainmail today. Hey, Colleen, how's it going? Randy's gonna be moderating. And I'm so tired. So tired. Okay, we can do this. Hey, love yourself. Hey, Taylor. Forging s'mores. There's my doggo. Being a dog. Hey, Sam. Woo woo. Yeah. He's a good boy. Hey, Brittany. Hey, Melly. I don't know if you can hear that. That's my Keurigs just making these like squirty, gurgly noises. That's my coffee. Hopefully that will help. But hey, yeah. Oh no. Oh, Magda, I'm glad. Are you being bad at work and watching this when you ought to be working? That's okay. I won't tell on you. Which side are you coming in on? Oh, honey. Can I wear you like a jacket for a minute? Just like for a minute. I just want to wear you like a jacket. Okay. If you guys have any questions, be sure to do the @YvonneWilliams sign. There's links down in the video description to all the stuff. Like, now that that's out of the way, we can get to crafting and just like properly hanging out.
Well, have you jumped your talking points?
I didn't write down my talking points because I'm prepared. Sorry, there's dog fur all over the thing. Do you want to talk with us about? You didn't want to be on camera, did you? But can you be anyways?
No.
But you're so pretty. I love you. Okay. Well, will you talk me through my talking points?
The biggest news is the donate button.
Right. Okay. So, have we live streamed since we got Patreon shipped out?
Pretty sure.
Okay. We got Patreon shipped out on, it's the 21st of the month. We got it shipped out like on the 16th, which is right on schedule. Sorry, I just realized what day it is. Hey, Beth, the lilies are coming up, but they haven't bloomed yet. We're having a really weird spring. Is it still spring? I don't know. We're having like flash floods and stuff and all sorts of different things. Yeah, third day running, it's just been raining. By some small miracle, the basement isn't completely flooded. At least it wasn't last we checked. So that's cool. Hey, amused. Right on. Sabrina says she got her box yesterday. So, yeah, we got Patreon packages shipped off. We didn't die yet in the flooding or tornadoes that we've been having. I am up and about today, which is great because for the past couple of days, I've just been like dead in bed. J Max says, hi, Yvonne and Randy. I have been watching the older live chats. It's so inspiring. Thank you for taking your precious time to talk with us. Right on. No, I love getting to come and chat with y'all. I just kind of wish I were better at it. Like, I don't know. Anyways. It's a good day, Jennifer. It's a great day. Christy says, got my craft crate and love it. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm getting ready to work on some trees with your wonderful wire. Right on. Well, okay. Let me get through my talking points, then we'll get started crafting. So we'd had some folks who brought up, they were like, how much of the super chat, which is how some of y'all very generously donate during the live streams, some of y'all had asked, they were like, how much of that do you get? And so like what portion of that? So we started looking into it and we were like, we have no idea. I don't even know how to like track that. And so it was suggested to us that we set up like a donate button or something. That way, if people wanted to support the channel but didn't want to become patrons, but wanted to do more than just like and subscribe and all that, to have a donate button.
Well, and here's the thing: is for like 2 or 3 weeks now, we've been asking you to not donate to Super Chat. And I had the sneaking suspicion that we were making X amount from YouTube, and that YouTube was kind of like, oh, but your watchers are donating this much, so we're not going to give you more money.
Right.
and you looked at it this morning, and it was something like you're up 2,000 subscribers, your watch time is up,
But our watch time's up from last month by like
20 something percent.
21%, I think.
Yeah.
But our revenue's down by 28%.
And I'm like,
I have no idea.
It's not fair for you guys to be donating 28% of what we're making. Like, that should be. YouTube shouldn't have their hand in that.
I know. I don't know how any of that works though. So we set up a tip jar on our website where we can track it. We can know exactly who to thank. And I don't know. We like being self-sufficient as much as possible and knowing what's going on with our finances. And I tell you guys what, I am exhausted and tired of chasing after algorithms and analytics and all these different things. I just want to get back to crafting, and I feel like I haven't gotten to make anything really cool since February, because I've just been things I'm always juggling, and I feel like I'm dropping balls. I literally balls hitting me in the face, I juggle balls, but it's
sure.
No, it's a mess. So I'm just taking a step back, and I'm we're getting this figured out. We finally, I think, have everything cleared up from February.
There it is. Okay, it just took a while.
It works?
Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, we put together oh, Amzi. I'd help you out if I could. Yeah. And so we it's a tip jar. We have it listed on our website like a product that you would purchase. We have it listed as a service because it's to support the free tutorials and stuff, and it's a no strings attached. If you want behind the scenes content and craft crates and all the different things, we have Patreon, we've got stuff listed on Etsy. But for those of y'all, so many of you guys have been so generous here on Super Chat, and I didn't know how to process that. So we've set up a tip jar. We've got a little excited mark tip.
What does PayPal charge? 3%?
Yeah, it's 30 or 3 cents of every dollar. 3 and a quarter cents per dollar. Okay. So I don't know. But
so
yeah.
we get 4% then?
Yeah, whereas I think on YouTube we got 30%.
Right.
So trying to get that all taken care of. But
so we're not asking anyone to tip, but if you are going to tip,
because some of y'all are relentlessly generous. Even when we're no, don't. You're bitch, take it. Sending us gifts and being kind. Caslin says the books I've read on it mentioning spending longer on business stuff than the craft end. 100% that has become true. For 10 years, Randy and I were crafting. That was what we did. But since we went YouTube heavy and a lot more online sales and things, it's become, we do the same work every day, but it's daily. Whereas used to, whenever we were just crafting and selling at art shows and vending and stuff, we were crafting 4 days out of the week and then selling for 3. So we had distinct time off from doing specific projects. Whereas it's I don't think I have another 14-hour day in me. I need a break from answering emails and it's none of y'all have been unreasonable at all. This is just me with my poor time management and not being able to switch off. But it's I think I'm gonna have to start taking 2 days a week off. Actually have a weekend where I'm not answering phone calls, I'm not answering emails, I'm not. It can wait till Monday, hopefully. So I feel bad having to. I don't know. I'm not good at setting boundaries, and that's a boundary that in 14 years I have never had to set, because I was well, I'll just work myself to the bone until I die. That'll be fine. So yeah, the tip jar is on our website. If you go to backtooearthcreations.com, there's a tab called tip jar. We also, if you do !tip,
and it's also in the video description.
I was going to fit there.
Okay.
If you type !tip here in the live chat, it'll pop up. If you're in the future and you're watching this, hey, future people, it's down in the video description. You can just click on the link and go. But again, it's like, have a couple of days where you hang out on the Discord with us. I'd love to do that. And that's the thing, is it's like we've got so many things going on that in an attempt to do all of them, I'm accomplishing none of them. Like, does that make sense? Or at least that's how it feels. So that's that.
I have no idea how to get Patreon to recognize anyone as a patron. That is, I do not work for Patreon.
How do you mean? Get him to recognize as a patron?
That's what they asked me.
Who?
Patricia.
I'm not certain. Yeah.
I don't work for them. I can't help them out with that in any way. That's something for them to ask Patreon.
I missed the question, so I don't know, but
It's what I read entirely out loud. Word for word is the question. So you're working with as much as I am.
Okay. Right on. Hey, Nicole. Thanks, Christy. Tracy asks, so what is the percentage you get from Patreon and now from the tip jar? The tip jar, like, is, since we aren't working with a middleman at all, like, we get like 96 to 97% of it, which is phenomenal. That's the biggest margin that we get across anything. Patreon, they're a processor that, like, they still go through PayPal, so we still lose like the 5% to PayPal, and then to Patreon they take about 10%. So we're thinking about just shifting over a little bit to maybe hosting it on our own. But that's big and scary, and I don't know how that's going to work. And I really just wanted things to be easy. For like 6 months would be cool. Like a week would be nice. Hey Heidi, we haven't even gotten started yet. We're doing some chainmail. So we're gonna try to see if we can host our own subscription thing on our website, which we figured out how to do for digital content, but it's being able to manage who pledges what to do. Like, we don't know. Oh, I have no idea. What's Venmo? Okay, so today, a lot of y'all with the chainmail craft-along kits probably got these little undrilled beads. Hopefully, if you didn't, it's because we ran out, except for this bag that I saved for demonstration purposes. Oh, was it, Sean? We completely missed out. Maybe next time.
What happened?
Jody's interviews. The music festival, like the Burn. Jack says, I just got my first Patreon box. Jody asks, do you think I could use my chunk of fine silver precious metal clay dried out in the electroplating process instead of copper? Would it need to graphite paint silver plated wire? I don't know, Jody, because I know that when I'm electroplating with copper, which again, I feel like very new and inexperienced to this, but you got to work with like pure copper, because any organic compounds in there getting into the acid solution are going to start mucking things up. And it's an organic like compound that the precious metal clay is like that burns away during the kiln process. So if you were able to kiln it, then yeah, you could probably use because once all of that organic matter, like the clay compound in the PMC has burnt away, then it's just fine silver left. And I don't see why you wouldn't be able, like, you could smelt that, you could do all sorts of stuff with it.
I believe that's what we've done, Tracy.
What's up?
Why don't you just make an item on your website that we can buy, and it's just put it as a tip jar.
Oh, that's exactly what we did, yeah. I have like a hair. One of yours, probably a little Sam dog, right up my nose.
Yeah, okay, that's weird.
What's up?
I just tried to do $1 and it says there's a problem with your shipping address.
Huh. Learning curve. So it's not working for like
It's
anybody?
not working.
Okay.
Alright, we'll try and figure it out and hopefully get it fixed before
Right on.
next Thursday.
Gotcha.
Yep. Same thing again.
Okay. We'll take a look at that for the tip jar. Apparently the tip jar is not working. So, Yeah, we have it just on our regular website. I had never set it up as something up as a service before. If you don't mind, hun, I could take a quick look at it. I think I know what it might be.
Okay, well, I've added one to cart.
Uh-huh.
Check out.
Well, I'm gonna go in through the website editor.
Oh, gotcha.
Do you mind hanging out with these folks for a sec while I do that?
Okay.
Craft along kits. We will get our heads on straight eventually. Randy's gonna come and hang out with y'all. I know you didn't want to be on camera. I'm so sorry.
Hello. We are trying to figure that out shortly, hopefully. We'll see. Troubleshooting on the fly.
Yes, as we do. Do you want to open a bunch of rings for me? You don't have to. Oh no, come back! Please don't strangle me off camera. Crap, how do I log into my Weebly?
Oh no. My pliers.
Oh no.
They broke it.
Here's your other ones.
Yeah.
Are you fixed it?
I fixed it. Really?
Okay, I found where to. If you could open a bunch of those lime green ones.
Lime green.
Yeah. This is how to do chainmail, you guys.
You already opened the bag.
I'm so sorry. I had.
That's how you do
I'm
chainmail.
sorry.
By the way, there might be chainmail rings in your coffee now.
That's good. I deserved that.
Yep.
I'll clean up the mess. Sam, please. No, you're Z. Okay. How do I change?
Oh boy. There's so many rings.
We could just burn the house down and go live in the woods somewhere.
I like that idea.
Do you?
Let's do that.
Right on. But it's raining.
Okay, here we go. Nom nom nom.
I love you so much, baby. I'm so sorry. Okay.
What size rings are these?
Those are 18 gauge 1/4 inch.
Okay.
I'm using them for.
These are not our. So you're doing captive round.
Yes. Not captive round, but just the captive one.
Or captive, whatever.
Yeah.
Did you see? No, did not. I was currently throwing rings everywhere. So.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna have to make a new product.
Is PayPal cheaper than Patreon?
It is.
Yeah, by like a ton.
Because the thing is, Patreon is just a middleman between us and
Patreon. So, yeah, PayPal uses Patreon. No, I'm sorry. Patreon uses PayPal.
Yeah.
So, it's just easier to not have to pay them if we don't have to. So with a glass of wine.
It didn't even occur to me to test it before
Yeah,
publishing
you're
it.
like, it's done. I was like, cool. All right.
It was done because I wanted it to be.
Okay. What's the question about our animals? How WoW is lately? I don't know. I stopped playing WoW before February, I think.
So I think I'm gonna have to have it as a physical good.
Okay. So as a digital download template, it's not.
I haven't tried digital. I'll
Well,
do that.
that's what it was set as. Was a digital.
It was set as service.
Oh.
For $1.
We'll see. We'll get this figured out. How do we
I've
keep
given up.
them
This
from
is just
inhaling
like-
all the fumes?
Fumes from which
What
part?
fumes? I don't know what fumes. I mean, Z farts in his mouth, so I can't stop that.
That is true. Is this what I do? Behind the scenes, guys, this is how we successfully run our company, is I have Randy do work, and then I just make messes.
In a nutshell.
I can't do digital because it's like, you have to upgrade your website. But I hate everything.
Oh boy.
No, this is good. Everything's fine.
Ring size, 18 gauge 1/4 inch. Is these lime green ones.
Both
Nail
of them are.
polish fumes.
I have a little craft closet and I have a window, and since they don't like the smell, they just go away from it.
So if you heard that, she paints in a closet. Luckily, the closet has a window, and yeah.
Literally everything about what we do sounds just jank.
Yeah. How do you do this stuff? Well, first I go into my closet. Don't worry, there's a window in there. But then I play with a whole lot of nail polish.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wear a respirator because it makes my head hurt. Okay, is that correct?
Oh, Kate, you don't know me. You don't love me. Besides,
He's the
this
best
isn't my
guy.
channel.
Yeah, 'cause I don't feel good. Randy, do my channel, thanks.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, by
Wait,
the way.
what are you doing now? Okay.
I
was-
the new product. Now I have
Just look
to-
back and you're on a different website, and I was like, what are you doing?
I hope this isn't deleting my whole website. It's still there. Okay.
Interesting druid name. Worship my beef.
Mm.
I'm going to assume you're horde. I'm just gonna put that out there.
It worked.
'Cause
Well,
that would be a weird
haven't
night
tested
elf
it yet.
name. Can we get a Randy crafting tutorial? Absolutely not.
no. Why no, baby? Well, you could angle it down. They can see what you're doing.
No, I
You
like
just want
this
to show them
better.
the side of your head.
Yeah.
It's a very nice side of the head.
Only cabs. Only cabs. What?
It is basically my life trying to keep up with doing a project and reading comments. It froze.
Yeah, the internet's like. I don't know if you noticed. It's been raining for 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
For some reason, our internet really slows down whenever it rains. Don't know. But luckily for y'all, we do it off of the phone.
Okay, it should be under the same
So,
link.
That's totally up to how much data we use a month. Depends
Is it
on how much
okay
I
if
start
I
throwing.
try
Yeah, if it's
giving myself a tip? Add to cart.
that would be great.
Check out. Because I just want to make sure that it's not going to charge anybody shipping.
Right.
Okay, it does ask you to put in
Your address now.
your shipping info, but I'm not going to be shipping you anything.
Okay.
Next. Oh, I have to actually fill. I don't want to fill this out. To Earth Creations. Autofill, please. Google, you know my info. Just put it in.
So can we trade spots now?
Yes. I feel like it's completely useless for them to track everything that we do if I still have to do
And
work.
now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
Yay! Oh gosh, they were all underneath you. Hey guys, how's it going? So I'm gonna angle this down so y'all can see. Yeah, I'm really sorry I didn't tell you that I had already cut open the bags.
Yeah, me too. Next.
The coffee is the perfect drinking temperature now. So I'm gonna crank this down. Boop, boop, boop. Look to my right. The same dog? You a good same dog. I don't know how I ever get anything done to that cute little face. A little blonker. Thanks, Craft. We're very lucky to have this workspace. Actually, and it just occurred to me, I'm gonna turn the camera around. That way I can still read comments and y'all can see what we're doing. This doesn't need to be plugged in. Oops. I don't know, that my phone charger. Also, we've got some pretty paint drying over here. It's alright. But I'm going to let it dry a little bit more before tipping it. But I love those color blends that we're getting. Really, Randy? Z is not happy about any of this. Okay.
Do your thing. Wait, what is this?
Cool. So now you guys should be able to see what we're doing. So, in the Craft-Along kits, let me just put all this together. Did it work?
I don't know.
Ooh. You didn't have these colors because we haven't gotten into anodizing yet. You'll have had the bright aluminum But it is 18 gauge 1/4 inch. These rings are from the Ring Lord. I really want to get into anodizing our own work. That way I can coil and cut our own rings and then anodize them as well. But we're just not there yet. Baby steps, though. That's what stuff like the donations and things go towards, or trying to get maybe some proper wiring in the house so that we can support the electrical system that it takes to do a lot of these
It'd be
things.
cheaper to buy a new house.
I know. Which, again, just it's tips in the jar.
Come on. You know what?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you just going to buy it on the phone?
No.
Oh.
So that maybe smart.
So to open a ring, I just take it and I go like that. Where do you get your art prints made? There's a local print company in Joplin that we order them from, but that's because I don't really work in big quantities. If you function in big quantities, they're like USA Print. Wait, no, that's the name of the one in Joplin. Is it? I don't know. I know some folks who've gotten their prints just... Okay. Who've gotten their prints just made at like Walgreens or the Walmart Photo Center or, you know, lots of things like that. In nervous laughter intensifies. Heh Teehee.
That means I'll need to log out and log in as you
Huh.
to do the thing as well.
Yeah. What's up with your...
What's up with that?
I don't know, Toronto. My sister used Office Depot Max for her art prints. Right on. Is that a giant bag of EPDM rings? It is. Because if I
that
get...
doesn't sound like us.
That doesn't sound like us. It is a giant bag of them, actually. It's like a small fortune just in rubber rings. And now I'm going to come through. We've gotten a bunch of one color open because I had sent out in a lot of this month's kits before we ran out of rings. I sent out aluminum and copper. Now it's bare copper, so it will turn you green, but we're working on that. Not like bare, Randy.
Bear. Why are you here?
Oh, that stuff's so good. Okay. So now, actually, how do I
Oh my goodness.
live without
Going
you?
so fast.
Coffee doo-doo.
Coffee, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to come through and close a bunch of rings. And to do that, I just bring them together. You can almost hear the clicking of those ends pushing up against each other. What's up? What you doing?
Nothing.
Leave me alone, I'm busy. So I'm coming through and I'm just going to close a whole bunch of these. Because with this weave, it is a lot easier to have your prep work done first than it is to try to balance everything. So while I close a bunch of these rings, I am going to get this camera turned around. The no-hole beads that we got, we buy in giant bulk jars of airsoft ammunition. Okay, so now I'm actually able to see this stuff. Randy's typically moderating, but he is not right now because he's working on our tip jar, trying to work out the kinks with that. So everybody, if I haven't answered your question, go ahead and post your question.
Goodness, are you serious?
What's up, love?
I can't log into. Okay.
What's it say?
Basically that you can't buy this because you were the person selling it.
Ah! We can't buy it. I can't buy from me.
That's
What is the next show you're going to be where you are teaching classes? I don't think I'm teaching again until November.
What'd you do here? Is this finished? Can I use this?
That is finished.
I can close it.
Look, another ring. Yeah, you can close out of it, baby.
Cool.
How do I? Thank you, Z-Dog, for all that fur. Okay. Okay.
Okey-dokey.
Do you go to any shows or cons in the Pacific Northwest? We haven't yet, but I would love to. Gosh, I've heard it's beautiful up there. And I saw this picture of a slug one time from the Pacific Northwest that I've never seen slugs like that in my whole life. So today I am making a chainmail bracelet for the craft along kits to show you guys like that project. But right now I'm just closing a whole bunch of rings and it's really hard for me to like read comments and stuff. So I thought that I'd get the camera turned around.
Okay.
How long did it take you to learn chainmail and wire work? I feel I failed. Don't feel like you failed. Please
This is
don't.
what failing looks like.
What?
We're just
No, if you still want to, just keep trying at it and you'll get it. It honestly, I still, after like 10 years, don't know all of the chainmail weaves. A lot of them I still have to look up tutorials just to refresh my memory, because if it's a weave that I don't like enjoy, or honestly from a business perspective, if it doesn't sell well, then I don't make a whole lot of it.
Like, you make one dragon back bracelet every 8 months.
Yeah. But it's so labor intensive that I can't.
Sell, but
They
it's
do.
like,
But they're so labor intensive that people don't really want to pay for what the bracelet would actually cost for that much work.
oh my goodness, Rapture's different. Why is it so different?
Oh, I don't know, Jody, but they're very brightly colored. Michaels needs teachers. I don't know how much they pay, but if you don't have a Michaels nearby, that would be maybe a break from crafting at the house. I actually used to teach for the Michaels in Huntsville, Alabama. Now, granted, this was a long time ago, but I don't do well working for other people. And it'd have been different, I think, if they let me be in charge of promoting like the class and like talking to the people and stuff. But they were like, nope, you just teach, we will take care of, like, they wouldn't even let me make my own poster. And I don't know if that's like just that store or those people at that time. But I was like, I feel like the class would have been more successful if they had let me teach the projects I wanted to teach, because they make you teach specific, like they had like the printouts and everything already, which was nice, but I had to teach that project and I'm like, I wasn't allowed to give any input on whether or not I felt like that was appropriate for the students, like if that makes sense. So oh no, nerd. Do you have a list of events you will be at? We do on our website. We only really have like 3 more events for 2019. But we're already looking at events for 2020. This is the year of me trying to find balance with our online presence and also existing in a non-digital world. Really, it says I couldn't tip you either. It didn't let me put in my address and said there was a problem with that. Now we just updated it, so
Well, we are updating it now.
yeah, well, I clicked publish. So does it give you the window to put in your shipping address?
I
Great
just
Lakes.
updated the links.
Oh, okay.
Smart. Let's see what happens.
I'm sorry, honey. If I could just once in my life do something and make it easy, that would be phenomenal, I think.
It's fine.
You sure?
No, but we'll see.
I'm setting up a small 10 by 10 booth. What's your number one
Okay.
piece of advice in maximizing a display? The best way to maximize is to go vertical. I've personally found my sales are much better in a 10 by 10 inline booth. Let's pretend like this is a booth. And if I'm inline, that means that there's people like walking by just the front edge of it. I've had a lot more success with having my table be set up. Do you have a pen that I could use? I'm going to steal that one. Thank you. If I have my table like this is a 10 by 10.
Electroform, electroplated, anything like a feather, leaf, flower, or petal. Or is it even possible?
It is possible to electroform organic things like that. You have to seal them a whole bunch in like acrylic sealer first though. and then do the graphite. And then, so I don't have a video over it. I've done it a bit to shells, but that's not the same. Like the shell holds up just fine. But yeah, when we're doing a 10 by 10, we have,
Sorry.
I'm gonna finish this thought if I could have a minute. Okay. So what is it?
Nothing. Go on.
No, it is. I can't finish this thought. You gotta tell me.
Less chatting, more crafting. Go watch a tutorial.
Yeah, quite frankly, like, I'm sorry that our live streams are what they are, but for crafting, please go to a tutorial. Like, I cannot do what everybody wants me to do, clearly. So we have a 10 by 10. How do I set up my booth? Like, so this is a 2.5 foot by a 6.5 foot, and this is a 6. Okay. So this is how I set up my booth. This is the front where people walk. And then they're just the folding 6-foot tables from like Sam's Club or anywhere like that. Yeah, basically. And so it's 2.5 by 6 feet, and then 6 feet by 2.5. We always leave a little bit of an entrance and an exit, because even when the, thanks creative, that means a lot to me. Even if they have an aisle planned, we don't count on it actually being there, because sometimes you get butthole neighbors and they take up the whole aisle. So I always make sure, again, the only thing I have control over is this 10 by 10 square whenever we're at an event. And so we be as self-sufficient as possible. So yeah, we have a little, like, and it's just enough that we can squeeze in, but then vertically we come in. And I do those like grid squares where you attach it like at the corners. They usually have them on sale for like college season and stuff. It's like for like, organizing things. So like these little wire cubes that you can set up. And I've seen people get really creative with having these elaborate like backdrops and stuff. But for Randy and I, we found having it built up like right here. And right here, we go pretty tall, like to where the top shelf is like head level with us, because we have to make sure that we can still reach it from inside the booth. And then right here, I have like a little, it's like a thing that you'd put over like the back of a sink in a, like in your house, like to put like, yeah, like a little shelf. Like, but again, it breaks down. I never glued the pieces together. And then I just do like a little stair step display. And that's front and center, so that's where we do our showcase pieces. But going vertical here on the sides made a huge difference. And this space here gives us storage for our money box, our computer, back whenever we were running cards, on our computer through like PayPal virtual terminal, ages before like Square Swiper and stuff.
Can you give me that? Never mind.
What you need? Are you sure?
Yep.
The pen?
Either way.
Okay. Or if you have electricity, or if you have like battery packs that you bring with you, that's where we would have that. It's where we have like to keep our drinks off the table. It's just nice to have a little bit of like a personal spot to not have, all of your effects just cluttering up. As well as like backstock, or if I'm working on a project, it's designated area for surface area for for working on projects and things. Okay. And sorry, I didn't mean to jump down. I don't even know who left the comment about less chatting, more crafting, but it's like we've gotten so many comments in that tone that it's hard to read those words with it not in that tone. So I'm sorry if you didn't mean it that way. I did not mean to jump down your throat, but at the same time, I don't have my shit together. I'd love to be crafting more, but it is what it is. So please come to teach in New York, por favor, with your beautiful accent. Please shout out to us in Manhattan. Hey, Hector in Manhattan. Squirrel question, is that a new t-shirt? No, this is one that one of y'all sent me last summer, and my arms finally fit into it again. It doesn't like squeeze me horribly uncomfortable. Like my arms are a bit beefier then. And so it was too cold today for just a regular tank top, but too warm for a sweater. So Spirit says, "Hey Yvonne and Randy. Hey Spirit, didn't think I'd make it. Do you put a logo tag on your pieces? I'm considering getting them but not sure if it's worth it." Oh, thank you. We don't currently do any logo tags. We try to keep, for the longest time, I've been in a mindset of trying to keep our profit margin up as absolutely high as possible because we charge as absolutely little as possible. So it's like,
It's charging shipping.
Oh, really?
Yep. $3 economy shipping. So it's not done.
Okay, we'll wait to deal with that until after.
Okay. So nobody tip right now.
Okay, yeah, don't leave any tips, you guys, because it's not figured out yet. But we do appreciate y'all's feedback. Oof. So maybe we'll have that worked out by Thursday. Hopefully. What were we talking about? Well, thanks, Cherry.
Okay, in which case I'll go in.
I'm sorry, I keep.
Disable these.
Okay, once Randy gets done with this, he'll be able to moderate for us again. So this is just, I feel like this live stream is that picture from the internet where it's the person in that room and everything's on fire. It's fine. Everything's fine. So I've got a bunch of rings closed now. So I'm going to get this turned around. Hey, Deborah. Have a glass of wine or a beer. Honestly, I probably will after the live stream. It's not drunk o'clock. Toronto asks, how do you deal with wind at craft shows? Yes. We use ankle weights around the feet of so pretend like this booth is at an outdoor event and we have our 10 by 10 canopy. We put ankle weights around the legs just because we already had them of the canopy itself. When we bought it, it came with these plates that hook onto the feet that you can put like more weights on. So if we have a cooler or jugs of water, we'll do that. If it's particularly windy, we'll bring it down not to its lowest setting, like half mast, but we'll have it where it's low enough that tall people have to duck. And then if we can, we'll put up the sides just to help keep it from catching wind. And enough of our display is tacked down like with binder clips, like even those cardboard, from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something, those cardboard necklace displays, you can binder clip it to those wire grid squares. And that can really make a big difference in whether or not it gets blown or knocked over. Now, we do use heavier wooden displays here on these front ones, specifically because they don't blow over as easily. But a windy show is just a windy show. There's not really much I've discovered that we can do about it. What you looking for, love? Okay. Any way I can be helpful? Alrighty. Sorry, but like internally, I'm like a scale of 1 to 10 of being stressed out. I'm like a 17 maybe, and I'm not entirely certain why.
Well, I had seen a binder clip.
Oh, I picked it up and set it on the thing.
Super specific.
Is it right there in front of the Tums?
Yes.
See, I was helpful. What you need a binder clip? Oh, to show. But yeah, so just something like this, that it would go up through the wire of the mesh of the grid squares, and then we just clip onto it, and that way it might tip over, but it doesn't like fall off completely. Okay. So I'm currently unable to see y'all's questions just because of the way I'm situated. So if you guys, again, I'm very sorry, but if you want to repost your questions with the @Yvonne Williams to highlight it in orange so Randy can see it. Are you ready to moderate?
Nope.
Okay. In just a minute. Sorry, I didn't mean to give you guys the go ahead just yet. False hope, yeah. But no, it's like we've got buckets in the kitchen catching the rainwater coming in through the ceiling. I haven't checked the basement again, like in like the last hour, to see if the flooding's gotten worse. Because it's like right now it's just all like, there's only like an inch of water, which is not enough to activate the sump pump, but it's still like, Okay, so.
Okay. That is all of the things redacted.
And see, and this is why every time I'm just gonna say, Randy,
Mm.
that I'm like, yay, we did a thing. It's like, nope. No, we didn't. I did it wrong. Again.
I mean, it's not what we planned, but it's what's happening.
I know. And I don't know what happened, but in the last couple of months, I am not as good at processing that as I used to be. Like, panic intensifies. So, I need to figure that out.
You need to chill out.
I do. I need to hurry up and chill. I don't think it works like that. So, I'm trying to make a little, like, bead dish out of this Post-it note.
Okay.
My origami skills to the max. Okay. So now I'm going to take one of our open rings, put 2 closed on it, and close it.
Did you already have a video with a glow-in-the-dark bead that's basically this weave?
Yep, I did. And I linked to it, but I thought it'd be good to do like a live one. Because honestly, I figured that'd be better than y'all just watching me heavy breathe and have a panic attack.
How are you able to run a business so smooth?
It's all an illusion. None of this is smooth at all.
It's not make time for updates and staying current with all your social media accounts.
I'm not current with my social media accounts.
I don't have anyone to ask for advice.
All right, on. A lot of it is to just like just keep on swimming, even when there's sharks at your door. Just keep on swimming. How do I even do this weave? Randy Canati, I need help. I started making full Persian.
Well, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one thing at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You added it too soon. The third ring.
There now. Remember, fish are friends, not food.
That's fair. Okay. So now we have our little rings like this. This is a captive bead.
No, we don't use the rain drip water in our houseplants.
We don't, because it's filthy and has like bird poop in it. And I don't want the houseplants to smell like that.
And they'll get a taste for it.
Yeah.
Growing this week. We have to filter it to the house.
Right. Okay. So the idea here is the geometry of that bead fits inside the rings, but there's enough space taken up by the other rings that it won't fall out. So now, open ring, 2 closed. Highly recommend going and watching the tutorial because I'm not doing a good job of describing what I'm doing.
Well, and that's the thing is the rainwater falling out of the sky. If we were to put buckets outside,
Yeah,
that
that's
would
one
be
thing.
one thing.
Yeah, but no, it's this stuff like it's proliferating. Is that the word?
Distilling? I don't know.
No, not distilling, but it's percolating. That's the word. And I think I just did the colors backwards. Excuse me. It's percolating through the house, so it comes out and like lands in the bucket like this like creepy red color.
I think, oh, it's just the house bleeding again.
Right. Oh, So, do we have any questions getting sent in, babe?
Not yet.
Oh, really? Like, not yet, or you haven't had a chance?
I'm not scrolling back up. I'm just
Okay.
starting from here.
Right on, guys. Now is the time for rebooting. If you have questions, please send them. Can they even see what I'm doing?
Go make one of your homemade meals. Quit beating yourself up. Go do something silly with Randy. And watch the new Game of Thrones.
We did. No spoilers. Maybe, I don't know, is Mercury in retrograde or something? Like,
Mercury's on the sky.
yeah. There we go. So I know it's not the same colors as what's in the Craft-Along kit.
Will you be teaching classes at Tokyo and Tulsa?
I will not be. I did not get, as far as I'm aware, my submission in time. But also, it's such a busy show that I just don't think we'd be able to swing it.
When were we at shore leave?
Gosh, we were at shore leave 8 years ago. Does shore leave still happen? Because that would be cool to go back to, just to see how things have changed.
My girlfriend is asking about your natural look makeup.
Ooh,
Can you show how it's done? She's driving me crazy asking.
right on. Now that would be the kindest. Well, that one broke. Thanks, Ringlord. I think I'm just a little heavy-handed with the pliers today. Like I'm strangling these little rings for all they're worth.
A makeup tutorial would be on your vlog.
Would be over on my vlog, yes. But yeah, I would love to do that. It's mostly just protecting my skin from the sun as much as possible. Some people tan up nicely and that helps their complexion. Going out in the sun makes me look like an angry potato. So I stay out of the sun as much as possible.
Samantha Wells says, how do I get at Yvonne Williams to notice me?
Hey,
and
Sam.
Wish me a happy birthday.
It's your birthday?
It's
Happy
my
birthday.
21 years old with 28 years experience.
Nice. Very nice. Well, happy birthday. Who's hollering?
It's probably Callie outside.
Yeah. I forget. I was answering a question. Oh yeah, about the makeup. And then just some like eyeliner and mascara, and I darken in my brows because on camera my like blondish eyebrows are non-existent, so I just use like a pomade pencil for that.
Angry potato.
Yeah, I draw on slightly surprised eyebrows and make it look like I've got eyelashes. So yeah, this is soothing. Man, I like crafting. It's like it's peaceful or something. This is the best I felt all day. Just ignoring all my problems. All my imagined problems, most likely.
Wait, it's an earthquake up where Jen is?
Holy crap! Is the world ending? Is that why I'm stressed out?
They're having tremors.
Dang. Stay safe, mate.
Like the big worms or actual ground tremors?
Jeez. Keep us in the loop, Jim. I'm hungry.
Will you do a shout squirrel?
Shout squirrel?
Yeah.
Is it like a dragon shout?
No, it's like where you start to give a shout out and then go, oh, squirrel.
Was I doing a shout out?
Were you?
I don't know.
I don't listen to you.
Well, that's fair. I miss you, Randy. I need to make these in Ninja Turtle colors.
That would be cool.
Because the green is like the slime.
You mean the...
No, the green like inside the little... Yeah.
My mom found a custom craft tag for clothing online.
Mhm.
She says they're like $500 for $10. Would you like for me to ask her?
Maybe. I don't know. And honestly, it's I can't handle any new things right now. But that doesn't sound too bad of a price, and from a marketing perspective, packaging can add a whole lot, not just to the value, but just the whole experience. When your clients buy from you, they're going to be it can have a nice feel to it to have like custom tags and to have your logo on things and have it not just be one of those yellow like kind of Goodwill stickers just stuck on your stuff. Makes it a little bit more boutique-ish. Hey, Robbie.
What's this weave called?
This is a captive bead. I don't know what it's called. It's just like I just call it the captive bead weave. Help.
I just received a bunch of what feels like semi-precious stones.
Ooh.
Where could I look to find the names of these stones?
My biggest recommendation would be to start with like going to like maybe a gem and mineral show. Or if you want, you can post them to Discord, and we might like post pictures of them to our Discord. And either myself, Randy, or some of the other happy crafters in here could maybe help you out. At least to be like, well, maybe it's this, you know, and then you could Google the thing and see. Because it's like typically if it's purple, I'll be like, is it amethyst? Is it a dyed agate? That's if it's purple and translucent. If it's blue and opaque, I look at it and I'm like, okay, is this blue with white in it? Because then that's probably sodalite. Is it blue with like a little metallic flecks in it? Because that's probably lapis. You know, is it a light blue? You know, kind of milky light blue. That might be blue lace agate if it has banding in it. So it's like you could start, if I were Google searching, I'd look at a stone and be like, brown stone with metallic gray bands and golden flashes. You know, like I just Google that, and then you know, if I just described my perception of tiger's eye, and so that might start getting you little steps in the right direction.
Do you ever get nervous showing the world your art?
Not my art so much, because I feel like that's something that you don't have to like me to like my art. Like, it is a separate thing from me. I'm just the person who made it. I get nervous when I'm being a giant asshole in front of 100 people. And just get nervous and flustered and oh Jesus, really? Why would 200 people watch this? Thank you guys, but also, and there's something like better you could be doing. Don't listen to me. You're my livelihood.
How do you tell the difference between brass rings versus gold plate rings versus nickel versus silver plated rings? I was gifted a bunch and I don't know how to label those.
Gotcha. Brass, bronze, and copper are going to be quite heavy. You can test some of the steel rings. If it's like, if you still can't quite tell, you know, it'll be magnetic. Some of them will be, but anything that's like plated, like this anodized aluminum, is very, very lightweight. I'm gonna pick up more rings.
Oh, there's so many rings.
There are. Can you like pat me on the head or something? I'll pull it up.
Yeah, so if you know where it is, go for it.
I didn't realize you've been sending them to me.
I haven't.
Oh, okay.
Enter wherever that is.
I think it's calling you.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I didn't mean to call you.
Hey, that works. Boom! We are professionals.
Oh my gosh,
We're
so
the mission.
professional. What were we talking about?
Stones, I think. I don't know.
I don't know. Next question.
Rings. We're talking about rings.
Right.
Oh god, is that the?
And then
Okay.
anything that's like plated will probably be lighter weight, possibly also magnetized if it's like plated iron or something. Crap, how do I find? There it is. Okay, so I have it where you can send me messages now, Randy.
Yep,
Do you buy raw stones like turquoise or moonstones? Can you shine these stones? I don't do any lapidary work or anything. I have some stuff that, like, if a stone gets like scratched, I might be able to do the final polish on it again. But that takes like buffing wheels and grits and things. So again, it's not something that I do too frequently. But I had always been interested in getting into that though. But it's, man, like most other things, it's a huge time and space and money investment. So long story short, I don't. If I get a raw stone, I just keep it raw, because a lot of them are just truly beautiful on their own anyways. Lost in Thought says, my kit didn't have beads in it. Was it supposed to? I get dealer's choice, so it was chainmail this time. I got 2 size rings, a cab, and some earrings. Yes.
That's it.
In that, well, not just 2 individual rings. I gave like it was a pretty honking bag.
Did they miss beads?
No, you weren't supposed to get beads.
Okay.
We ran out of beads except for these ones for demonstration purposes. But the ones that you got were probably the 18 gauge 3/16 and then a 16 gauge 1/4 inch, which there was a post to Patreon yesterday that had a video with like links to different tutorials that are suitable for those ring sizes. Because my main conflict that's been causing difficulty with the chainmail is it's like, do I just make a brand new chainmail tutorial specifically for that project, for that Patreon, and then, you know, because I had done that, and I know I shouldn't pay attention to haters, but they were like, didn't you already do this? Like being like very like just rude about it, and I'm like, yeah, I did. Thanks for bringing that up. Like,
You sure did, but there's only so much you can do.
yeah. And so I'm in this like mucky, you know, am I just rehashing my same projects? Yeah, I don't know. Do not know.
Next question.
Yes, next question. What's the size of the beads? These are 6mm airsoft ammunition. I like them because they don't have holes in them, and they're very consistently sized. And you can get them in quite a few different colors.
Next question.
Yes. Lapidary is fantastic. Making yarn calves is so satisfying, but holy crap, what a rabbit hole it can be. I bet. And honestly, that's why I haven't even humored the idea. Used to, when Randy and I lived in Tennessee, there was like the Tullahoma, was it? Has a lapidary club where you could go and you could like use their equipment and all kinds of stuff, but we did not have, I think it was like only $30 a month at the time to be members, but we didn't have the time or money to even pay just that little bit to go and participate.
Next question.
Ooh, that would be really cool. A Lost in Thought said, no problem. I haven't caught up with the videos and posts yet. I have tons of beads, so I'll try some glow in the dark BBs for the airsoft gun. Those should work out really well. Now, the size that I've found that it works best with are the 18 gauge 1/4 inch rings. What's up, babe?
I always wanted to learn lapidary, but I'm afraid I've ruined the rock.
Did you say that or?
No.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Well, I'm sure that you start off with like practice rocks first, where it's like,
If it's just gravel out of the driveway.
yeah, or something like. I don't know enough about it, but I'm sure even mistakes are beautiful, guys. And especially with wire wrapping, you can always turn something that you didn't expect to happen into something that was worth happening.
A lapidary club would be cool. I have some MT moss agate that I've never been able to do anything with for anyways.
Yeah, I'd give it a Google, see if there are any like mineral societies or lapidary societies or clubs in your area. Because that's like, I'd drive an hour or two once a month to go like learn that, I'm sure. Except for that, like, I haven't even gone and like visited friends or anything. Like, I've been in full shut-in mode.
Okay, I just joined today, so I don't know if you've answered this, but where did you get your jump rings?
Ah, I got these jump rings from the Ring Lord. And hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so I guess I should actually teach. I've added the rings, and you can see it's kind of just holding together there. Like its own tension keeps those little beads trapped in the design. I do love it, even with a bit of a twist. What a twist. So then I'm going to take it open this one and then pull this ring forward. I think the cat's knocking stuff off of the porch. And then just set the bead and then bring these guys up on either side. Thank you, babe. And then, is this long enough yet? Oh, you got to make sure to grab both the rings, though. Always a hero comes home. He goes where no one has gone. Okay. Please wake up. Oh, okay. Colleen says, I'm a chainmail kit subscriber. What are you doing now, along with your suggestions on what to use with each ring size you send us is awesome. Thank you so much. Right on, Colleen. That's I'm really glad to be helpful to you. Like, truly, like that's why I am here. And I feel like I don't always do that, but it's my goal. Is it Callie rage throwing things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no food in there.
Oh, really?
She's looking at the bowl, looking at me like, dude.
Yeah.
Had an agreement.
You had one job.
Okay, where was I?
That's what I forgot to put in every single kit.
What?
A clasp.
Did you really?
Yep.
Okay. Next month, everyone gets 2 clasps.
Yep. Oh. Oh well. Okay. Now also, I think we'll actually be giving away this bracelet on Thursday's live stream. So be sure to leave a comment on this video after the stream is over. Yeah, to put your name in the hat for that. Yeah, I'm hungry and not feeling so great. I'm gonna answer these last couple of questions and then go, I think.
Okay.
Did you guys see that Tokyo and Tulsa is going to be in Broken Arrow this year instead of downtown? We did see that, Mary. Let's actually get this flipped around.
That's actually a really good point.
What's that?
Yeah, you can keep going. It's in your questions now.
Okay. Trying to figure out how to raise my tripod up. Yeah, we saw that and we were pretty, we don't really know what to think, of that. Because we don't know if they're increasing the size of the dealer's room, and it's typically at Tokyo and Tulsa we paid for 2019 at the end of 2018 thinking it was going to be in the same venue with the same number of vendors with the same anticipated attendance, and it was like $750 for a booth. So I'm like, okay.
So the trick is to not feed them, and then they get extra love.
Yeah. I bet we will bribe her with food into loving us. So we're gonna see. I know that the convention was having some problems with the convention center. But yeah, I don't really know how that's gonna play out. And yeah, I will show you, Lindy, how to make a clasp out of out of scrap wire. Let me go grab some.
You gonna be doing macrame tutorials as well?
I'm gonna be doing at least one that I have planned, like kind of just in the back of my mind. But honestly, I don't feel like I'm particularly good at macrame. So I don't know how much I have to contribute. I have like one thing to contribute to the macrame, stuff. The rest of it would just be me rehashing other people's tutorials, and I don't want to do that. So what are 5 important tips that you wish someone would have given you in the beginning of running your small business? To not let it completely consume every single aspect of your life. because working hard is important, but what's the point of working for yourself if you never get to enjoy those little moments of like enjoying the hard work that you've put in, like if that makes sense. Also, don't ever buy anything on credit if you can help it. Like stay out of debt as much as possible, just because you're gonna have a much easier time functioning. I guess I should be doing this on camera.
His battery died.
Oh no. Bajin.
Oh, that was a while ago.
I lost count. I don't know how many that was. Let me get this turned around so I can
think
show
that
you
was
guys
like
how to make a
2?
class. That was 2.
Possibly 3.
Best advice. To keep yeah, to don't sweat the small stuff. Rule number 2, it's all small stuff. That's my ceiling. Okay. There we go. Because I was like, man, that doesn't look anything like what I've been working on. I don't know. So I'm starting to make like a little loop here. And I'm going to squish it. Boop. And I do that because it's not as pokey as if I did just the bare wire tip. And I'm going to grab with the thickest part of my round nose pliers, again, and bring it around into a bit of a shepherd's hook. And then I'm going to use my flush cutters to about 15 millimeters from the end of the hook. I'm going to snip. Like, actually that's probably just a centimeter. And curving in the other direction. We have us a little hook shape.
You do a tutorial on how to use a wire jig. I think you did.
I did, yeah.
A while ago.
Like, how to use a thingamajig or a coiling gizmo.
Just wire jig. Oh, she found your beads.
Yeah. I'd sacrifice one to the kitty cause. So now I'm coming through with nylon jaw pliers and just smushing that down. What gauge wire? Hey Carol, this is regular parawire, so it's closer to dead soft than half hard or anything like that. And it's 18 gauge. I typically like a 16 gauge, but it was scrapped, so this is what I had. And I'm going to just open up our little end here. And I'm going to hook this through right there. And I'm going to close it. Now this was the titanium colored parawire making the hook, and you can see it matches just about perfectly to the titanium, hematite rings from the Ring Lord, which I think give it like a really nice effect.
Is it hematite or black ice?
Yeah, I can't recall which one it was.
Where do you buy your tools?
I got my tools from a variety of places. I get a lot on Amazon, honestly. Like, a lot on Amazon.
You don't use magnetic clamps. What do you think of them?
I enjoy magnetic clasps. They're just kind of expensive, and I've had people who have, like, kids and stuff that they're like, I don't like it. It gets knocked off too much. So I do have that option whenever I'm giving people, like, doing custom orders for folks. But for the most part, I just stick to the lobster claw because it's what people are used to. And again, it's a little bit minuscule. I'm talking like pennies here, more affordable. So I always go the more affordable route without compromising quality. I want inexpensive, not cheap. I think there's a distinction there.
Do you or anyone here know if you can use clear Elmer's glue for paper mache?
Huh, I have no idea. I've actually never made anything paper mache before.
I have.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What was it like?
It's gooey.
Yeah? Did you like it, like as a crafting medium, or?
No.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why didn't you? Was it because it was gooey?
Gooey, and when I was making spheres. And when they dry, they crinkle.
Mm.
So it doesn't like stay down. into the particular shape you may be going for.
Okay. Do you think part of that might have been the materials, or?
I mean, it was newspaper.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I've never done it, so I have no idea. That's interesting. Dang it.
Looks like folks in the chat are saying that you can use it, it just takes a while to dry.
Right on. Thank you guys. So now I'm going to make a little bit of an extender chain with these 18 gauge 3/16. I like this size of ring because the wire is thick enough that it does what it needs to do, but the like it's still nice and strong, but it's not overly bulky and not overly delicate, and I can fit my handmade clasps through the little loops that it makes. So I'm going to do about 1.5 inches of rings.
Did you get jealous?
Oh,
Yeah.
little jelly pupper.
You want a mohawk now? Yeah.
He wants a mohawk?
He wants in my lap.
Oh, in your lap. Okay.
Sure, he wants a mohawk.
I do think that would look cute on Sam.
You can't back up anymore. Oh.
So I'm just extending, and this is how, whenever I'm working in the booth, because not everybody has the same wrist size or the same style. So instead of having to bring all the materials to complete the bracelet, we do a free resizing where we'll just add like a little bit more chain onto it, like this, if we need to.
What are the size of the rings you're using?
These are 18 gauge 3/16. So there we are. And now it'll just hook. And if you are going to be rambunctious, you can just tighten that clasp down a little bit more. And this way, you can just take it and hook. Get it around your Fitbit. Yeah. I didn't put the watch on until later today. So my steps are still embarrassingly low. But yeah. So that's our nice little bracelet. So we'll be giving this away in Thursday's live stream. Holy crap, I actually made something in a live stream. Right? Okay. Right? So may the odds ever be in y'all's favor. And the nice thing I am going to say about anodized aluminum is while the anodized coating is on there, it doesn't react with your skin like at all. Like it's like a protective layer. Because like bare aluminum can leave like a gray residue, not like a bear's, honey. It can leave a gray residue on your skin. It just washes off with soap and water, but it's still something to be mindful of. Whereas the anodized stuff, it is like the cleanest, most non-reactive of all the metals. You dying?
Yep.
Okay.
When you swallow it's a bit wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Sam dog. Don't die, honey. I need you. Right on. Jody, enough crafting, we're chatting. I am actually gonna let you guys go. We're gonna go have lunch. Hopefully Randy's not gonna choke to death on air.
Yeah. Just dead now.
I hate it when that happens. Little Sam dog. But I will see y'all in Thursday's live stream. And thanks, Daniel. We'll see you guys next time. So until then.